I forgot to unmute us, guys.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I forgot to unmute us. I was just talking into the void for like a minute. Anyway, my name is Victoria, and this is Vigil Wildemount Chronicles. And as I was saying, I'm going to give us some announcements before we get started, such as thank you to Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games, our lovely sponsors. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear, and you can check out their Twitter at Little Dragon Co. 1 to stay updated on all of their awesome products. Our coupon code right now is not working, but if you go on their Twitter, they always have sales and stuff going on, so like you'll probably find a deal if you just keep checking back. And Cardboard Castle Games is a lovely game store local to the Evans, Georgia area. Please give them your patronage if you find yourself there, but if not, you can always check them out online. So thank you to both of them. Additionally, please check out our other games. We stream every night of the week here at Proficiency Bonus. We have games for several of the major published 5th edition modules, as well as some homebrew games. And some of our games feature systems other than 5th edition D&D. So hopefully we've got something up your alley. We also have a community Discord now. So there should be a banner button that you can click on our Twitch page, or you can do !Discord in the chat, and that'll link you to it. And we're trying to do like subscriber games. So if you subscribe to our Twitch page, then you can sign up to play in a subscriber game with like one of our DMs and different people like from the channel volunteering to run stuff. It should be super fun. The info for that can be found in the community Discord, so that's just like double the reason to come and vibe with us. And additionally, like a quick thing for Wednesdays here, we just want to give a big shout out to Adrian von Ziegler for some of the music that we use in the background. He's a really talented composer. He's got awesome content usage rules for like smaller channels such as ours, so please check out his YouTube and his Patreon and support him if you can. Kristy, something is happening in 2 days. Is there anything that you need to talk about with everybody here?
Garrus, but if I talk about Garrus, we'll be here all game, so I can't.
But basically,
I'm trying to contain myself.
Basically, the remaster for the Mass Effect trilogy is like coming out on, I think it's like Friday at like 3 o'clock. I don't remember if it's Pacific or Eastern, but basically, like, as soon as that happens and Kristy downloads it, she's probably going to be streaming it, basically, like, right up until the Friday game, right?
Or, depending on what time it starts, like, if it starts early enough, I can stream before, but I'm probably going to stream after Kindred Lists, is probably what I'm going to do.
But basically, if you want to see Shepard, and more importantly, Garrus, Liara, Thane Krios, Talizora, the other people who are not as cute and fun, all of the Krogan, those are super cute and fun.
Correct.
If you want,
it's literally about to be like you're gonna miss out on my Krogan babies.
No. Krogans are in a category of their own for cuteness. But yeah, if you want to see them in like remastered glory and just watch Kristy gush and freak out over the series, then you should stop by because that's going to be happening probably a lot over the next couple weeks.
Italy.
Does anyone else have any other announcements that they would like to make to the stream before I hand it over?
Well, one quick announcement for this game specifically. Of course, this world takes place in the world of Exandria, which is Matthew Mercer's world. So just wanted to keep throwing that out there so everybody knows that. I'm sure everybody knows, but if they don't, yes, yeah. we are playing in Critical Role's world. So, anything else? Any other announcements? If not,
I don't think so.
Ink, do you want to take away with the recap?
I mean, it'll be a short one, but my goodness, was it a dramatic one, y'all. For those of you that maybe this is your first time watching, we are all members of the Iron Line, a mercenary company that is beginning to start in Port Zoon, and one of our lovely members goes by the name of Tremayne, played by a wonderful Victoria here. And Tremayne is a gladiator fighter for a place in Port Zoon called the Anvil, where they fight to the death, at least in the part that she fights in. She had another one of such fights against honestly, turns out to be very scary fighter known as the Woodpecker. She almost died, but thankfully she was able to defeat her opponent and made sure that she will never be having to fight her again. But in the meantime, the party was also investigating the Anvil, as we have now been informed that it has connections to the criminal syndicate known as the Myriad, who have recently done some sort of heist or robbery in the smithing quarter of Port Zoon. So the party has been trying to balance out investigating this and possibly putting these people to justice without putting Tremayne into any more danger. So after the fight, one of our newest members, Beckett or Beck, was able to infiltrate and start to investigate around some of the more restricted areas of the Anvil. And found what seems to possibly be some sort of secret passage that leads into maybe the sewer systems underneath the city, though he was not able to figure out how to activate it before he was almost found out, and we needed to make sort of a little bit of a hasty retreat. But with the fight completed, Tremayne safe, and a possible lead into where to investigate next through procuring some maps of the city's sewer from the Marquis, the attention of the group now turns to wrapping up some business in the city before going to aid our cleric Reksha on what seems to be some sort of divine imparted mission to a northern settlement known as Oath. And that is where we find ourselves currently, sort of in a pseudo time skip, just making sure that all of our city business is wrapped up before we go approach our next job.
All right. So, it is the morning after the fight. Tremayne sleeping in, still a little shaken up from the night before. But the adventure is yours. What would you all like to do? You have about 5 more days until 5 more days until the forge is completed. So.
I believe I'm still working on
Correct.
the, not my brothers. I'm still working on the cloaks that I'm designing for the Iron Line is what I'm still working on, because it's 8 days, I think you told me.
I believe so, yeah. You should be finishing like a day before the forge is completed, I think.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
So that's what Zach is doing. Reksha, Beckett, Dumka, anything specific? While Tremayne sleeps in a little bit later today.
Rests off those wounds. Beckett, would you like to accompany me? I can take you to the Marquis, and we can see if we can start getting the paperwork going to get those sewer maps maybe brought over to the warehouse.
Sure. I'd be happy
Alright.
to accompany you.
Reksha, if you would like to come to offer a little bit more persuasion, you are free to, but I know that you wanted to go talk to those members that we sent over to Oath for that job, or that, I guess, Tremayne sent? So are you going to go do that while we go speak with the Marquis?
Yes, most likely.
All right. Well, we shouldn't be too long, so we'll be back here if you need any of us afterwards, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
right.
start with Dumka and Beckett then, and then we'll go to Reksha afterwards. So you all make your way over to the Silverbone Smithing Guild. I'm assuming that's at least where you're going, because that's where the Marquis works typically. Also where the robbery happened. Is that where you all wanted to go, or do you want to go somewhere else?
I think that's a good place to start, at least.
All right, so yeah, you all make your way over there. Just a quick little walk across the city, and let me check something really fast. What is your all's passive perception?
Oh, Beck's is way higher than mine. Mine's just 10.
16.
16. As you're walking through parts of the city, actually in the district that Dumka, your home, resides. Beckett, you start to see a few of the Zalezo guards, which is the city guards of the city, all kind of. There's about 6 of them in an alleyway, and you see them like surrounding something
I'll
in an alley. But
give just like kind of a tap to Dumka and point it out.
Oh. They are definitely out and about, aren't they?
There's something going on over there, it seems.
I suppose I could give us a quick little loop around. Won't deter us too much. I am painfully curious, since this is sort of my neighborhood.
Okay.
so you all make a small little loop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Both of you make perception checks for me. I cannot speak apparently today.
Could I also ask Pix to just give a little above?
You want to ask Pix to fly over?
Yeah, do
Take
a
a
little
look down?
flyby.
Yeah, that's easy enough. Go ahead and roll perception for Pix too.
All right.
That's an 18 for me.
Okay.
Let's see. 15 for Dumka, and Pix has advantage. Relying on sight. 17 for Pix.
Okay. So as you're walking by, you get close enough to hear at least what they're talking about, and you hear one of the guards say to another one. Pull up my notes really fast. You hear one of them says, "I think this is the bear guard's kid." I don't know why anybody would want to do this to her, but this is very gruesome. And you kind of see some of them like turn around, and like you can tell that it's kind of hard to look at whatever they're looking at. And as Pix comes back and lands on your shoulder, you hear in your voice or in your head, there seems to be a dead person in the middle of all those guards. Did not look very pleasant. Yeah.
Is it someone that we know, Pig? Is it one of the is it someone from around here?
Would Pick have like gone with you to like social events and things like that?
Oh, I take Pick everywhere with me as long as I'm not. No, especially if I'm told that I can't bring him. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Or-
Well, then you will hear Pick will say, I'm not 100% sure, but I didn't get a close look. But I think that's Tahira. And you would know this name. This is another like well off family. Tahir Bearguard is her full name. And she is her family is kind of a lot like yours, where they're not nobility, because there's not really nobility. They have money, and you've always known her as someone that typically stays to herself at social gatherings. It seems like she's never really fit in to those surroundings, and it always seemed like she didn't belong there, or she didn't care for it.
Heck, it sounds like it was one of the more well-off-to-do daughters, or one of the families here. It sounds like some sort of brutal killing. Or at least they found a body.
Well, if it's as gruesome as the guards are saying that it is, I don't imagine it was simply an accident.
No, I would think not. But I mean, I mean, I don't walk around with any guard, but I'm sure normally most of these other ones do. Oh.
Is this something that we involve ourselves in? I'm not really sure how the Iron Line operates entirely yet.
The Zalezo, as far as I'm concerned, they like to accept help, but indirectly, so that they can still probably take some credit for it. I don't know. There's a lot of them here. Maybe it's something to just keep an eye out about. Maybe I'll ask Mother about it. She normally seems to hear all the sorts of gossip around this neighborhood anyway. Honestly, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable in the stomach. I think that maybe we should just continue to the Marquise.
Okay.
Well, as you continue your way through the city with this little detour, you eventually come to the doorsteps of the Silverbone Smithing company or guild, and you walk in and greeted by the same individual that was behind the desk last time. But they look up. Yes, how can I help you?
Hello. We've been here before. My name is Dumka. This is one of my friends. We're here to speak with the Marquis.
Yes, the Iron Lion, correct?
The very same.
Give me a minute and I will see if he is free. And you see them turn around, walk into the floor, the forge area where you walked through to get to the Marquise's office that overhung the whole forge floor. And they're gone maybe 2 minutes or so. They come back. Yes, the Marquise will see you. He is currently in his office with his son. Go on up. So,
With
you make
his
your
son.
way. Correct. 1 second. That's another note. I'm bringing that up really quickly. But yeah, you all make your way to his office. Knock on the door. You hear the Marquise from inside. Yes, come on in. And you could see as you all are walking towards the staircase that goes up to his office, he was looking out the windows and saw you all approaching. But as you walk in, you see the familiar Marquise, Almed's Ahado, the older dwarven gentleman, balding on top, has that nasty scar. Standing next to him across his desk is another dwarven man, about middle-aged, looks well built, spends a lot of time in physical activity. You can tell probably another smith. He has deep brown hair that is completely braided, and so is a long beard that he has. There also is some beads and other decorations in his beard, or in the braids. His eyes are also a light blue like his father's. So, but as you enter, the Marquise, please have a seat. This is my son, Thornham.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard wonderful things.
Oh, you're very kind. And Marquise, what can I do for the Iron Line today?
Well, we heard that there was a job posting. There was some sort of robbery that happened quite recently.
You are correct.
The Iron Line was possibly interested in investigating this. We think we actually might have a lead, or rather, our newest member. He had gotten some information. He thinks that he might have a lead, but we came here to possibly request something that might be able to help us. We didn't want to move forward with it, get into some sort of disagreement with the Zalezo or with you, so we figured we would come and discuss it with you. Isn't that right? And I kind of look at Beck and give a little.
Yes. I am particularly skilled in reading and creating maps. And I believe that if I am given the resources, I can cross-reference what I found with maps of the sewer system in the city, if that is something that is available, both past and present, to potentially find the location for this lead that we have discovered.
You see the Marquis kind of stroke his beard a little bit, and so the Iron Lion is taking a look into this matter. I am quite glad to hear that, to be honest.
The Iron Line is interested in looking into the matter, depending on whether you would be able to procure what we are hopefully requesting.
Some maps of the sewers can be obtained, yes. I don't hand those out willingly, though, to anybody, but you all have been very helpful in the past, and I think I could trust your group. Am I right with saying that? And you see, you see his eyes. He's been very friendly and forthcoming every time you've actually met him. This time his stare is almost piercing into you.
Of course, Mr. Marquis, we are... The Iron Line is first and foremost here to serve the city of Port Zoon. We share a common interest in that. And criminals of this nature go against the said city that we call our home. So we would like to see them brought to justice if we can help with that.
Yes, that can be arranged then. I can have someone I trust bring over the maps to your place, so you can come pick them up here if you would like. What is easiest for you?
I believe there has been some talk with our we have a front-end secretary. She does wonderful work. We trust her. It would be safe with her just in case that Iron Line is investigating another matter, depending on how long it takes to get those documents. And then when my friend here is able to get a look at them, he will do the work that he needs to do, and then we could probably even just get them returned as soon as possible once he has made the what'd you say, the cross-reference, as he was saying.
That can be arranged. He stands back up from his chair, and he reaches out his hand to shake yours, Dumka. When you clasp hands with, yes, when you clasp hands with him, you feel a squeeze and kind of just a pull a little bit closer. Now, these maps are only for the Iron Line's eyes. Do not spread these. If they get out somehow, I will know who to come after. Are we clear?
Of course.
Okay. Let's go with your
Wouldn't dream
hand.
of it.
Well, I guess
You're
since
kind
you're...
of rubs his hand a little bit.
Then his son will speak up. Well, since you're going to be looking into this matter. I guess you should know what they stole. They made off with 750 gold worth of adamantium. We would like that back. It is very rare metal, very expensive metal.
The reward money now makes a little bit more sense, most definitely.
Yes.
I did not
Is there
know...
anything else that we should know about the situation
That's a
other
good
than
question.
what they stole?
See,
From
this is
what our
He'll smile at you.
investigations, from what our investigations have uncovered, is there was only 3 of them, and I am not sure how they carried that much of the metal, just them 3. Doesn't make sense to me. It had to be some kind of magic or
Might be
something.
a bag of holding of some kind, something like that.
Could be. I am not much on the arcane, but yeah, they must have had something to carry that much material with just 3 people.
So you're saying that the metal was far too heavy for that to be accomplished under normal circumstances?
Just with 3 people, yes.
Good to know.
Also, it seems, as he's about to say this, he looks over at his father, and the Marquis kind of gives a nod. It seems that we might have someone working against us within our guild. Apparently, one of the doors was left unlocked, and that is how they originally got in before setting off their explosives.
I see. So I'm assuming you're doing some sort of internal investigation then as well.
We are currently doing that, yes.
Is that something that you would want us to be looking into as well, or is that something you'd like to handle yourselves?
If you were to find these 3 individuals, if you can interrogate them, that would be very helpful in our investigation. But also, if there's any thing that might tie them, that they might have to anyone in our company, that would also be information that we would love to know. And you never know, you might even get a bonus for that.
I feel like that's something that should be put in writing.
I agree. Most definitely.
We'd be more than happy to assist in the matter. We would just also like to be properly compensated for our services.
The Marquis
Dumka's like looking like...
the Marquis sits up and puts his hands or his elbows onto his desk. I think our relationship has been truthful and honest between each other so far.
Agree?
However, it would be very bad if the information that we have a traitor in our company, if that were to get out, would be very bad for our reputation.
Well, you've already told us.
Yes, because we can trust you. Can we not?
As we
You can.
previously established.
We've
Of
already
course you-
established that.
However, we do not want it in writing, because in writing can fall into other hands.
Mhm.
Unless you talk to someone, no one else will know about this.
So then how
You
about a
have-
promise?
You have our word. If you find out information that helps us find the person that is betraying us, we will compensate you generously.
I think that is fair, since you are trusting us to not disclose said information. We are going to trust that you will compensate for it. I think that is
Mhm.
agreeable on both sides. And then perhaps maybe in the future, don't keep all of the adamantine in one place.
Yeah, it was not. We typically have really well secured places inside of this building. They seem to have had also a very skilled safecracker with them. So
They sound very professional. We will look into it.
well, I will have that. The maps should be able to get them to you later on today. I'll have one of my men bring them over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time. I appreciate the Iron Lion is looking into it.
For visiting with us.
I'll shake his hand.
He shakes your hand.
Both of their hands.
They both shake your all's hand. And you will make your way out of the office, down to the stair, back down the stairs to the forge floor where you hear the clanging of metal being forged, back out into the streets of Port Zoon.
I have a quick little just do I know this or not question.
Okay.
The Marquis's son, does he just also work for the guild? Is he being trained as like a political or guild inheritor, or like what does he have a job or role within his father's sort of circle?
You know that just from your family, and you can make a history check if you want to get more information, but you would know that his son has been trained by his father since he was basically able to lift a hammer in blacksmithing.
Okay.
Uh,
So straight 10 on that.
Okay. He basically is being like groomed to be the next person to take over for his father, but on the company side from the Silverbone Smithing Guild. That doesn't necessarily mean that he will be the next Marquis, though. It's just he is being prepared to take control of the company.
Okay. And then just for personal hot goss, is there a mother in this situation at all?
There was. Unfortunately, she passed away about 5 years ago.
Okay. Sad goss.
You would also know that Tornum, which is the son, is also has a wife named Olin.
Okay.
So.
You handled yourself quite formidably in there. You have experience with negotiating contracts, or is this just one of your many hidden talents?
It just seemed like the logical thing to ask for.
It definitely was. I was perhaps maybe a little bit distracted when it was confirmed that it was adamantine. As you can see, we do not necessarily, though we have a lot of metal, we don't have a lot of mines immediately here on the coast. So I do wonder what sort of lucrative trade deal the Marquis has been able to procure to be able to get such a large amount of adamantine into the city.
I've never encountered it before myself.
I've only ever seen very small pieces of it sort of on display, and I've most definitely never been able to work with it. I want to say that I think that it is mostly sort of a dwarven secret, which may explain perhaps the Marquis has some sort of connection through that route, but very intriguing, especially since we are going to be going north towards the mountains.
Also interesting to know, or to think about what potentially they stole it for, why they needed it.
Yes.
Is-
Anything that could be made from it would be very powerful and
Yes.
durable. So much of it. Concerning things going on in the city. But There are always things going on in the city. So let us be back to the warehouse, unless there is something that you would like me to assist you with.
No. All that I
Right.
need.
Then let us away.
So y'all make your way back to the warehouse. So Reksha,
No.
you said you wanted to go talk to your new employees.
Yeah, I wanted to catch them at a time when they were probably either just hanging or working together, just so I could, not have to walk around a bunch and ask everyone individually.
Yeah, they typically show up to the warehouse just to check, see if there's any work or anything like that. They show up, once a couple times a day, just to check in.
Okay.
So yeah, you can catch a good majority of them. They're probably not all 4 at the same time, but probably 2 or 3 of them all together.
Okay.
So, yeah, you Lyric, which was the gnome, Ada, which was the halfling, and Urim, which was the wood elf, all show up just for their daily check-in.
Okay.
And you hear them enter the building. They greet. Oh my God, what's her name? Alifan at the desk, and have some small talk.
Yeah, I'll come out. And I'll say, good day. I hope it's been treating you well.
Oh yes, it's been quite a good day outside, I would say. This is Lyric speaking up. It seems to be he's the one that always kind of speaks up for this group of individuals. Seems to be the voice of them. But yeah, this is quite a fine day. How was your day been going?
It's been wonderful. I was thinking of some recipes to make for later.
Well,
but
I would love to try them when you try cooking them. Just let us know. We'll stop by and have a good quality group dinner.
Of course. I do have some questions though.
Oh, sure. What can I do for you?
You went near Oath for the last job that you did for us, did you not?
That is correct. We actually went to Oath, not just near it.
Perfect. While you were there, did you notice anything that seemed to be off or wrong?
Oh, yes. Actually, there seems... Part of the reason why the group that we took up there wanted to go in the first place was apparently there's these diamonds that have been showing up in the marsh out in the Oathmoors that the priests wanted to look into. So that's why they were heading up there in the first place. There's actually a lot of people that have been making their way up there just because of hearing that there is diamonds just appearing there and trying to make a quick buck.
That is understandable. You wouldn't have happened to procure one of these diamonds yourself?
Oh, no, we didn't even go looking. To be fair, we just, we had to. It was our first job for you. We were trying to make a good impression on a timely manner. So,
not that I don't trust them, but I do want to check to make sure that they're not hiding anything.
Go ahead and make it an insight check.
Ooh. +6, I believe. So 23.
Everything that Lyric has said so far has been truthful, and you pick up, which I'm sure it's not hard to tell, but he is trying to basically kiss your ass as much as possible.
Okay. Good to know. That's all I wanted to ask from you.
Sure. If you have any more questions, just let us know. We'll be happy to answer them. And
course.
he looks over to the other two that's with him. They both nod. What are you planning on making a trip up there or something?
Yes, actually.
Well, if I could, I don't know how you're going to be traveling, but if you're going by road, I would recommend actually going through the plum groves. It's a forest on the way there. It is right outside of oh my god, what is it? Phelan, I think is what it's called. Yes, Phelan. Yes. It's right outside the city, and it's where it has a lot of fresh berries and very tropical. It's a very beautiful place to take a walk through. We actually took the priests through there when we went.
So keep that in mind. Thank you.
Well, you have a good rest of your day.
You too.
He'll turn around and we'll talk to you later, Alifan. And the three of them exit the building.
They want to raise so bad.
But soon after, Dumka and Beckett return to the Iron Line to find Tremayne just waking up, still kind of sore, sitting in the mess area, having some breakfast.
Yeah,
Reksha
like
probably in there too.
if Reksha had like a little like steak or like a frozen like piece of meat in like an ice box. I don't know. Do we have ice boxes? Is that a thing? Refrigerators are like kind of like a fairly new concept in like the real world. Like, you can't have frozen.
You
meat,
probably
can you?
don't. You probably don't.
Mm.
There is
We'd have to import
things.
ice, yeah.
Yeah.
There is things that you can get, but only the richest of richest people have stuff like that. So
And
unfortunately, you
I
don't.
probably went out and bought a piece of like meat because I heard if you put that
Uh-huh.
like on a black eye, it helps. But it's probably just gonna give me like pink eye or something. I'm just in there with a steak on my eye.
So, okay, so Beckett and Dumka, you come into the Iron Line and see Tremayne sitting there with a steak on her eye, a raw steak.
Why do you have meat on your face?
Because I have a
Did you
black
lose a
eye.
bet?
No, I have a black eye. It's to help with reduce the swelling.
Show me.
I take it off, and even though she's like kind of like gray and white, like when she gets bruises, they still are like really dark red. So it's like pretty like striking because she's so pale.
How about an eye patch?
I don't need an eye patch. My eye works just fine. It's just swollen. So I
But
have a
it was a
steak
cook.
for it because I heard that works. Reksha can cook it after.
I will not be doing that.
Is that true that holding a steak up to a
No.
bust?
What do you mean?
That's not going to do anything other than potentially get you
Give you
sick.
pink eye.
No, but I heard someone say that at the anvil once. That like I got a black eye fighting, so I'm gonna put a steak on it. They like
I
told me
don't
that I
know.
could do that.
I don't know why you would trust the words of anyone at the anvil. But regardless, I do not think a raw steak will help with swelling.
Reksha has magical healing.
It's not. It's
Also,
not like...
you kind of just want like a warm compress, like a cloth with like boiling water. You could put it on your eye.
Well, but that would like melt my eye, wouldn't it?
No.
Warm. Not hot.
Okay. Then
I mean, isn't that getting like sticky or uncomfortable like at
yeah,
all?
there's like a little bit.
You
of a-
have meat juice running down your face.
Yeah, it's been getting into my mouth a little bit.
How long has she been doing this that everyone in this building has just been letting her do this?
You were all gone. I woke up and everyone was gone.
Alifein? You are an herbalist.
I didn't look like she would listen to me if I told her, so I didn't try.
Alifein, You should have more confidence in your abilities. I trust you implicitly. Do you think I should put this stake on my eye, Alifane?
No, you should not.
Then I will take the stake off of my eye.
If you want, I can make a solve that should help with that. Would you like that instead?
That would be amazing. Thank you so much. You're so talented.
Just give me like 10 minutes.
Thank you.
You should probably just throw away the steak, though, also.
Well, does Saren want the steak? Can Saren eat the steak?
I'm sure she would like it, yeah.
Saren, do you want this steak?
Saren will look over, since she heard her name, will look over to you, Beckett, and look back at the steak.
I'll smile at her.
She'll walk over to you. Go ahead and make just a persuasion check for me. I'm not gonna make this a handily check because Saren's,
let's do that. That's a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit more than an animal. So.
Hey, that's actually really, really good. 19.
Saren will walk straight over to you, look up at the steak, and will open her mouth.
I hold it up higher to see if she'll jump for it. You have to stay in shape, Saren.
She will as you're doing this.
Beckett is trying not to laugh.
She will turn her head back to Beckett. Really?
Absolutely.
Does she want to be bitten? I was trying to be nice.
I love being able to understand Saren and just kind of being like...
She's not a dog. It's common.
Well, I know that, but I thought that she could, jump up and get some exercise for the steak.
Okay, but, imagine doing that to, your child.
Well, I had to work to eat.
Did they make you jump for it?
Well, not literally jump, no. Fine, I lower it down to Saren's now.
As you do, Saren quickly snatches it from your hand. And how much does Saren do with a bite?
Let me look.
Oh, without any of the special acid stuff, just normal bite.
Her bite is a D6.
A D6?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You take 3 points of piercing damage. Was that plus anything?
It's a D6 plus my proficiency bonus, so D6 plus 3.
You take 6 points of piercing damage as Saren bites the steak out and catches some of your fingertips as you're holding the end of the steak.
Ow.
Chomps down and kind of just walks away, sits back over by Beckett.
Her teeth are very sharp. She's a little bit it seems like perhaps her accuracy is not very good. Maybe she needs to work on that a little bit.
You think she was doing it on purpose?
What?
It's important to note with draconic creatures that they're not animals. They are sentient and they are intelligent. They have personalities. They're basically people.
I scratch the top of Pick's head.
You'll hear in your head, Dumka. To be fair, I would have probably done the same thing if she would have done that to me.
Sorry, Saren, for trying to make you jump for the steak. You can't understand me, apparently, but I'm
Beckett
sorry.
will translate.
And I'm pointing down at her, I'm sorry.
As you translate it to Saren doesn't say anything, but just looks over towards you, Tremayne, and you see her kind of blow out a big huff of breath. Don't necessarily know what that means, but
She's chuffing at you.
I've been chuffed at. Well, steak fiascos aside, I say as I go to start boiling some water. How did it go? What were you all doing? I kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of fell back a little bit on my way back home last night and threw up in an alley, and after that I don't fully remember getting back. So, how did it go?
Zach will come down.
Well, we're getting the sewer system maps sent over here.
That's good.
It seems that what was stolen was a very large amount of adamantine, which they said it was too much for 3 people to carry.
I wonder where they would open. Oh my gosh, what if they're going to get some sort of like massive... What if they're going to get something like Saren, but even bigger, and they're going to make it armor made from that? What is Adam? Do I know what that is?
Make either an intelligence check or a smith's tools check if you're proficient in smith tools.
No.
I think Reksha and I talked about it.
The thing is the two
Probably.
campaigns blend like literally so
I know.
much.
Yeah.
I did the same.
realized.
Wait,
Yeah.
we've had no wrong group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized I was like, I don't know what that is. What was not the tool check you said history?
No, just an straight intelligence check.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you would know what adamantine is.
So I know it's like a very like hard metal.
Yes, it's a very, very sturdy metal that is very sought after for certain people that are looking to protect themselves, but also it can be made into weapons too. Especially, it's typically made into more of like bludgeoning weapons, so like warhammers, mauls, that kind of stuff, because it seems to impact structures better.
I know that specifically what you just said about
Yeah, with a 20.
structures.
Yeah, it's a very hard. You rolled a 20, so
You know, I've heard that like adamantine is particularly good at like taking down like buildings and like structures, and I just have to wonder like if they had no problem infiltrating this building, like sure they could use it to make just like a regular weapon or armor, but I have to wonder if they would be like planning something bigger, because also if you recall, the Myriad was behind that shipment that got attacked that we were guarding, and they knew exactly where that crate was, and I said something to the Marquis and he did not listen to me. And I'm just saying they know what's going on, and I think they're planning a bigger attack. This is like multiple times now that his business has been messed with by the Myriad.
Yeah, he definitely has a mole in there or something.
That's just
Multiple.
I think
Like
they're
how
planning,
far-reaching are they? Are they doing this? They're trying for platinum, trying for adamantine.
yeah, like if they're trying for these many things, then they have to have something bigger planned.
Yeah, that tracks.
Like a power grab? That would be very strange. For the Myriad, they usually are fine sticking to the shadows, but...
It definitely feels like a weapon of some sort. What, like, of mass destruction, not just a sword. Like, if we're talking about something to destroy a building.
Yeah, like a cannonball.
Who would want to have a weapon of that nature? Especially in the menagerie.
The Myriad doesn't really, like... They don't choose sides one way or another. They just work with whoever gives them the most money or the best deal. And it also might not have anything to do with the Menagerie Coast. They might be handing it off for somebody somewhere else.
Yeah. They can get exports out.
If they are doing something with the Empire, honestly, I would almost prefer pirates. Oh, maybe it's pirates. Maybe like you said, the cannon. Maybe something for a naval ship.
It is concerning, regardless of which way we're talking.
Yes, even if it was just to supply themselves with a bunch of high quality armor, it's
That's still not good, yeah.
Yeah, it's only good if I'm getting a suit of that armor for my fight. If they're giving it to other people and not me, then I have a problem with it.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
Although the plate that you made that I wore last night was very nice. I think it saved my life a little bit.
We put a lot of work into it, all of us.
I
Which,
appreciate.
speaking of the armor, you actually might need to do a little bit of mending
Yeah, it's probably
to
jacked
that
up.
because of the small little puncture holes that the rapier left.
Yeah, there's probably like.
I mean, it's not enough
Oh.
to like leave it unfunctional, but it to look nice, you know.
I can do that.
Yeah,
By
and just a mending cantrip would do it. Just a few, like maybe like 30 minutes of work for it. So,
by the way, Beck and I also saw something else on our way to the marquee.
Flying fish.
There was a body of the daughter of that family, Zach, the bear
Bear
something. Yes. Apparently the daughter, the quiet one.
Yeah, I used to hang out with her on those big, stupid events when we were kids.
They found her body in our neighborhood.
What?
That's what we're talking about. It
Well, that's kind of
said it.
bad.
Well, said it was quite brutal as well. Pick, were you able to actually see her?
I saw the red hair of hers, but other than that, it was too far away from me.
Where's the red hair?
I mean,
She did have that bright red hair.
What?
why would someone do that to her? She's very much not involved with her family bullshit.
You know,
was
it's
not
really
involved with.
it's really funny that you would mention that. Like, such a wild coincidence. Last night before they took the woodpecker's body out of the ring, I happened to just kind of like kick open her helmet a little bit and looked inside, and whoever was in there had bright red hair. That's so... what a coincidence.
Bloody hell.
Red
You just
heads.
killed a childhood friend, that's cool.
I think Ink might have had the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ink had the internet thing happen.
Uh-oh. He looks so, like, over it.
He's like, I'm over you.
Would we like to take a break now? I know it's pretty early, but since Ink is having internet
Yeah,
issues,
let's
or do we
take
want to keep
a
going?
break.
Like, really quick.
Okay, so
Well,
we will be
we'll
back
be
in
back.
5-10 minutes. Hopefully, Ink has his internet back right then.
Oh,
Hello. I'm on my phone.
Okay, never mind
okay,
then.
never mind.
We're gonna take a
We'll go
break, but nope.
Oh, no. Yeah, don't do that. I'm adaptable.
I will adapt. Maybe.
I'll just hold you guys. Hi. Yeah, you were talking about me dying before I actually died. I was like, what are you talking about? And,
Maybe we should take a break.
Yeah.
But yes.
Hold on. Let's
I don't know how long this is going to be, but go for it.
we'll go to like a quick break, everybody, and we will be
Yeah.
right back.
Internet
Maybe.
service providers are great.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
We'll
BRB.
be back.
Hello, we're back. And technical difficulties have been, sort of resolved.
Hopefully resolved.
Some of them.
Uh-huh.
Mine's a work in progress, but we'll see.
I'm here.
So, before we took our impromptu break, while we're in the middle of discussing the information of a certain someone being discovered in an alleyway. I don't know if you all
Tremayne
wanted
was
us to talk
saying-
about that, but...
Yeah, Tremayne was saying that the woodpecker also had bright red hair and that was a crazy coincidence.
That
No,
is.
that was- Probably her then.
She
Yeah.
never seemed the type to. I mean, she was
No,
deadly.
in hindsight, it kind of makes sense.
It just. I mean, I'm in one sense, I'm happy to know that there isn't someone targeting noble families in our neighborhood. In the other, I do have a little bit of an uncomfortableness with that, knowing that I saw it happen and cheered for it.
Why would she be doing that, though?
Maybe she was bored.
Probably bored, probably a little bit rebellious, not really. She never really fit in. Like, the two of us would always sneak off when we were little and hang out and, climbing shit and get into trouble, but yeah, she never really fit the build for a proper lady.
I think there's just something in the water with the youth of the nobles, you know? I mean, Zach.
We got into some shit, I'm just saying.
Zach has his thing. I got all my friends together and started a mercenary company. She wanted to fight in the arena. So maybe there's something to be said for the upper crust families of Port Zoon.
I gave her a chance to surrender.
Almost
She
like
did
the upper
not.
families of Port Zoon aren't healthy.
You did give a chance, and it was her or you, and I would pick you every time.
Yeah.
To live.
That is
To
very
live.
sweet.
We were friends, but not. We're more like acquaintance. I hadn't seen her in years, just in the streets.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to try to not. I like to de-identify the people usually, because then it just helps, with what inevitably ends up happening, like that.
I understand.
Well, the sewers. The sewers.
Do you know when you're getting the maps?
Later today.
Later today. They're going to be
Alright.
brought by. I said that they could be left with Alifeyan if we want to maybe get some time outside of the city.
So then the question is, which lead do we follow? Do we follow this one, or do we go with Reksha's dream?
Oh, actually, where did you go? Actually, that's a good point.
What did you say?
Where did you go this morning?
Oh. I didn't go anywhere. I just went and questioned the...
Wait, do they live with
hiring.
us? Hold on.
They
No,
come
no,
in
no.
to visit.
Whoa, do they live with
They-
us?
They don't. You did offer.
We offer,
Them
but
a
they
place.
already had a place.
They have said that after their their leases are up, they basically will be staying there since it's
Okay.
kind of free. So
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, just retcon
Just
that
for
to
now,
what
they're
did
not.
you do this morning then? Because
Yeah, I just questioned our hirees about oath since they went, and they were very helpful, I think. Apparently, people have been finding crystals, like diamonds, growing in the marsh.
yeah, the marsh is called the Oath Moors.
Yes. It's been attracting a lot of people, apparently, to get rich quick, I don't trust it, especially not after the vision that I've had.
How quickly do you want to start moving on this? We talked with Beckett a bit about it. You know, we could charter a ship part of the way up and then go the rest of the way on foot.
The sooner the better. I did hear that from our Haris that a good way to take was through the what's the name of the forest? Yeah.
Because if we were going to take the ship, we were either going to stop in Phelan and then go through the plum groves, or, you know, sort of go up by the Gilded Roadway and kind of cut across, depending on. And basically just get dropped off on the side of the, you know, and take a rowboat to the shore.
They recommended going through the plum groves, although the way they were talking about it, it seemed to be a more scenic route. I don't care as long as we get there.
I think, looking at this map that I'm seeing, I think if we go sail to from Port Zoon to Phelan, then we can still go through the plum groves. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
The plum groves they basically go straight up to the walls of Phelan.
Okay.
So.
All right, and we have maps and everything for Beck to help navigate us through there, so we'll have no issue. Reksha, you sound like, well, you said as soon as possible. So I say, let's let this business with the Marquis settle for a little bit, and I am fully on for going and getting that ship ready, and we could be out of here tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I'll do what everyone else wants.
How are your wounds? Do you need another day, or do you want that you could rest on the ship ride?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
How many days does it take to get there if we take the ship?
I think I said like 3?
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad.
2 or 3? Yeah.
Okay,
Let me
yeah.
Let me bring up the map again real fast.
It's like about equivalent to going to Nicodranus, which I think we got there in 2.
It's a little closer, I would maybe not. Yeah, it's probably about, because when you all went to Nicodranus, I miscalculated it big time. So it would probably be about a 3-day trip on the ocean. Yeah. Because I said it was like a week to Nicodranus before, so yeah, it's definitely a lot quicker than that.
All right, yeah.
Why don't I go get us a ship?
All right.
Okay. Because that will give me a chance to do my mercantile stuff that I was planning on doing. So Dumka will just go out for the rest of the day and get all of that situated for the party.
Okay.
All
right. So I was gonna say, do you want to explain what you're doing with your plan so everybody knows?
Yes, so Dumka, just with his personal gold, he wants to try and get some more stuff for the Iron Line. He's going to try and talk with his father, who is a merchant, try and basically go in on a deal with me to pool some money together, and in exchange for him giving me more than what I'm putting into it, I'm going to try and get some mercenaries, buy up a whole bunch of stuff here in Nicodranus, and then here in Port Zoon, and send it out on 2 ships, one to Port Damali and one to Nicodranus, and hopefully in like a month's time see some profit. So he's just going to be buying up a bunch of like raw metal, pipe weed, alcohol, things that he knows will sell. But before I pay all of that, I want to make sure I have the gold to get the party this ship fare. But then we're going to be putting 1,200 gold into this endeavor, and hopefully have my father get us to an even 3,000, and then hopefully come back with 6,000 after everything.
Okay, so sorry, I'm trying to find my how much a hiring of a boat costs. I always forget where this is on my sheet.
It's under travel. I believe, or maybe it's.
That's how fast you move.
That's how fast.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably in like living.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's to own it.
Yeah, that's the own one. That's not to like rent one. Well, I'll just come up with something. So what I want you to do, Dumka, is you go to meet with your father. I want you to go ahead and make a basic persuasion check for me.
Basic persuasion.
And this will be kind of how more like we'll basically go through and make, depending on what your checks are, make it difficult or easier type thing. So what'd you get?
19.
19 on the first one. Okay. So you basically just you start off, small talk, get your father, and like how you would normally bring up a subject of business. So go ahead and make me another persuasion check with advantage this time.
Oh, well, I rolled a 6 and an 8, so 15.
Okay. Still
Thankfully,
good.
I'm charismatic.
Mm-hmm. It seems like he's liking what you are offering. He wants to hear a little bit more about the plans of, like, what you're trying to import around and stuff. So go ahead and make another persuasion check. This time, just normal roll, though.
And silver piece per mile. Found it under services. Ship's passage.
Thank you.
Another 19.
Okay. And with that, it seems like you have procured your extra funding for this endeavor. So you wanted, I'm pretty sure, 1,800 gold from your father, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna put in 1,200. He gives me 1,800 to make it 3,000.
He will also recommend going to Hallowed and buying cases of wine there and transporting them to either Nicodranus or Port Zoon, because the wine from Hallowed is exquisite and like one of a kind, and any imports to Nicodranus or Port Zoon are highly sought after. You could basically triple your money from that because how well you rolled, giving you a little pointer.
All right. I was actually, yes, I will go to Phelan then, and I will buy wine there. Thank you, Father.
Because Phelan is base, you would know this from because your father has done business there. Phelan is basically the opposite of Port Zoon. It is more of the aristocratic, very hot, like upbeat, like party. There's a lot of wineries. There's a lot of, it's very fancy. There's a lot of like greenery. There's a lot of vineyards. All that kind of stuff is there.
It's a very gentrified city.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will get what things I can here in Port Zoon, and I will take a ship up to. You wouldn't happen to know where I could get. I could probably leave tomorrow. A good ship's passage up there. Someone you trust.
Is this for your business of passage from place to place, or are we just as a day trip kind of thing?
Hey, you know me. I like to mix business with pleasure. Why not? As long as I can get there, I can do the business part.
I typically have a ship that I normally use, but unfortunately we may be needing it soon. So I think you'll have to find your own way, but I'm sure that won't be difficult.
Of course not. Thank you so much for the tip. And
of course,
the gold.
I look forward to seeing what you can do with it.
You won't be disappointed.
I'm sure I won't.
I'll just take the 1,200 out now, and when we get to Phelan, I will say that some of that expenses went to buying.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take it out. Goodbye, money! Alright.
Okay. So then you also wanted to procure a ship?
Get a ship for the party. Yeah, which I don't feel like I need to role play out.
No.
I wanna
actually, you see a ship that you've once used before, called the Sunflower in the docks. If you would like to procure that ship, it seems like it is open and taking passengers. It's a smaller ship compared to a lot of the other ships.
Is this the one with one guy?
Yeah, it's the one that's piloted by one person named Lala Vic. Goes by Captain Lala. So
Captain Lala.
I wonder if he has a cousin named Fudnutty.
And a wonderfully rich tea exporter. The Fudnutty trading company.
Oh my god.
I will procure the sunflower for the party to get us to Phelan.
Isn't that the ship that made me and Reksha like basically throw up?
That was me making you fly.
Yeah, we only threw up because Dumka made us fly. We're both not very fond of heights. He's like, oh, it'll be so fun. It wasn't fun.
Where'd you say the list of prices were again for that stuff?
It is under expenses, which is where you also, it's going to be under where you find like lifestyle expenses.
Gotcha. Found it.
Ship's passage.
Ooh. Okay.
Making money moves.
So we'll say this is going to cost you about 20 gold pieces.
All right. And how do you feel about large draconic passengers?
As long as they don't hurt my ship, it's fine.
Can do. Here's 20.
Alright, so you'll have a ship's passage now. So, last chance. Anybody need to do anything before tomorrow rolls around and you all set off on ice ship for Phelan? You're leaving again so soon. Yeah. As you're walking away, you'll actually hear Motrex says, "Isn't that the truth?" Okay. So yeah, you go and let them know. I'm assuming you're letting.
I was muted on stream the whole time I did that. I think. Stream. I go tell Motrex that I'm leaving. It's my boss at the fighting ring.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming you also let the Emir know to start working with the forge as soon as it's up and running. Start making some weapons and gear and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to put like a little mark on it for the people that
Correct.
gave us the forge, because that was part of the deal. Yeah.
You know what? Can I also tell... Okay, alright, hold on. What do you guys think about having Halfein go to the Silverbone Smithing Guild and seeing if they want extra protection. They can hire the other randos that are working for us to like guard their place while like we're gone. Like, do you think we should like have Halfein ask if they want that? And like she can decide however much what the rate is for that?
With them not being able to trust their own people, I think that's a really good point. I think that's a really smart idea.
So yeah, we can have. So you were gonna leave that negotiations up to Halfein?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She can definitely do that while you all are gone. One last thing, the map of the sewers is dropped off that night. That way, if you all want to take that with you on the trip, you're more than welcome to.
Are there like the most recent map and then like a really old like original and they're
Yeah,
like,
there's
different?
there's like copies of like updated ones and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna take Beckett some time to like.
Yeah, I would say
Probably,
give that straight
to go
give
through
that
it, yeah.
straight
Yeah,
to
we'll
Beckett.
give that to Beckett.
Okay, so Beckett,
Wait,
you
hold
can
on,
write
what
down
does
you
Beckett-
have maps of sewers.
What's Beckett's reaction when he gets the maps? Is he like excited or is he like just like neutral? Oh, you're muted.
He's normally used to like regional maps, not necessarily like city maps, but he does seem to be pretty fascinated by it.
Ooh. Where do you know where we are on this map? Is our sewer on there? Can you tell?
Can I tell?
Yeah, I mean, you have the maps. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. But yeah, it takes like a couple minutes just to decipher like where position and everything. But yeah, it's you can tell what's near you
I'll point it
right
out.
near your buildings. So
Good to know. Now I know what happens, where it all goes.
Why would you? Why would you care?
Why not? It's just interesting to know, like, the inner workings of city infrastructure.
You like to know how the shit gets done?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm going to rest up to make sure that I am well prepared.
okay.
So unfortunately, I will not be cooking tonight. You will all have to make do.
It's too bad I
Reksha.
that steak. I could have cooked steak for everyone.
I'm really glad that you gave Saren that steak. I don't think anyone would have eaten it.
Hey, Zach. Come here. And
Yeah.
I pull Zach aside from everybody, and I'm like looking pointedly at Dumka. Can you make sure he is home, and that way he is on time for his ship and also hasn't forgotten his bags like he almost did the last time?
Tremayne, I've been picking up after my brother for over a decade. I know all his quirks. If he's forgotten something, it's in my bag.
Okay, just making sure.
The camera focuses off of you guys to Dumka in the background, and he's fully leaving Casimir on a table
He's not
and
having
walking
him at the
away.
table, and he has his glasses up on his head, and he's like,
Oh,
"My
and he's like,
glasses!
"My
I can't find my glasses."
Yeah. And you also notice his shirt's been inside out all day.
Yeah, Zach noticed that immediately. Yeah, you see that? He's wearing the shirt inside out for the third time this week.
You forgot your hammer.
Oh, you mean my sword? Oh shit, my sword. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Reksha.
Anytime.
And then I leave.
Pan back to Zach and Tremayne just shaking their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to bed early to rest up and
Okay.
continue to recuperate before this ship ride.
Yeah. So everybody can get a long rest. I don't think anybody needed another long rest, but you all can mark one down just in case you need to hit dice.
I was at 1 HP.
Yeah, I mean technically Tremayne did take 6 damage from Saren, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So everybody finds a long rest, feeling restored, for the next part of the journey. Tremayne's still a little sore, but it's good. And yeah. So you all wake up in the next morning, all meet up at the Iron Line, I'm assuming, and make your way to the Sunflower. Now the Sunflower is it's an older ship, it's a small ship that has a few scrapes on the hull, just like it was last time. Still in working order, and you know this from riding on it before. There is a painted sunflower on the side of the ship that is starting to chip off. And then an older human male, and he's probably about his 60s, has graying long hair, scruffy beard still, comes out. So it's you all again. Come aboard. Same rules as last time. Don't get in my way and we'll be fine. And,
Wait, we were traveling over land. No, wait, Beckett came on a ship with us for the part from...
Beck has not been on this ship before.
No, Beckett is not. This is
we
brand new
went
for
to,
him.
Yeah, we went to Nicodranus on the ship, and then we came back on land
because we were escorting the thing. Right.
Yeah, we got Beck on the way back.
Beckett,
Beck on the back.
Did you take a ship to get here, or like... Okay, so
Yeah.
you've been on them before.
Mm-hmm.
This captain is real special. He's the only
Yeah.
one.
Beckett, on the ship that you took, there was a whole crew, multiple people. This is a one-manned vessel with a very unique sailing style. Up by the wheel of the ship, he has all these like different contraptions, different like pulley systems, levers, all this different kind of thing to control the sails, to control everything on the ship, basically.
Okay.
All up by where he stands to steer. And he is a one-man sailing crew. So, the only rules on his ship is don't damage his ship and don't get in his way. Other than that, you're free to do whatever you like.
I love this guy.
But he is not a very talkative fellow unless you all strike up conversation with him, just like before. So, but his name is Captain Lala. He'll introduce himself as Captain Lala. So,
I totally forgot about Lala Vic. This makes me so happy.
this is a named NPC by one of the viewers. So, pretty sure it was Matthew. Yeah. So, I'm not gonna. We're kind of just gonna skip these 3 days. I think we've been through enough of time stuff here. So, the next 3 days goes by. You all having a nice time, relatively smooth sailing on the ship. No storms, no issues. Sticking to relatively safe travel lanes. And you will have no issue.
No whirlpools.
No whirlpools. No random monkey demon coming out of the deck of the ship.
I have a question.
Sure.
How much longer do I have until I finish my mall training?
It is 5 days after the 16th, which was the day of, or no wait, yeah, it was the day of the forge completion because it was the 15 days. So then you have 5 days after that. So basically, 7 more days.
Yeah,
Because I'm assuming Tremayne is still showing you some stuff on the ship because we've already technically rolled for all that stuff for the 15 days. So
yeah, it had been more like hands-on, but now for the ship ride, it's probably more like explaining like technique stuff because it's a small ship, and I also am sore.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. So the 3 days of sailing goes by relatively easy. You all get to the port of Phelan. And immediately, everybody here that has spent so much time in Port Zoon is almost like a culture shock to yourself. Instead of having all these like smoke plumes, all these forge sounds going off, a whole bunch of different like just industrial vibe of Port Zoon. This is one of the greenest cities you have seen in a while, and it's very like upbeat. You see people walking across on the streets, always just like communicating back and forth. There is a ton of different little boutiques, little shops that you can go into. They're all selling like different kinds of plants, some teas. There's a bunch of different breweries or wineries that have their own special wines. This is a wine city. Which, some of, especially Dumka and Zach, some of your family's favorite wines are actually from this city.
I was just gonna say, I think Zach's gonna stop by and pick up a bottle of wine to go.
Okay, sure. Are you gonna pick one that's a family?
I tell Zach to make it 2, and I give him whatever money he needs for it.
Is it? Are you gonna go for your family's favorite wine, like of the one that you kind of like grew up with, or something completely different?
No. Let's go with some nostalgic.
Okay, so you are going to go for Solva's Grove's Diamond Plum wine.
Ooh.
Damn, fancy boy.
This is not cheap.
Okay.
It is 60 gold per bottle.
Oh, this is
Yes.
money.
Yes. This is.
I will put down 6 platinum.
6 platinum. Okay.
I give Zach money for another, and I take
Okay.
out 60 gold for money.
Sure. So you can. Here, I'll copy and paste the wine name for you. So you can.
Damn, that's some fancy ass name.
That's
Diamond grade.
We just
Go
bought a
with
$200
Zach, but-
bottle of wine.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the name of the wine that you just bought, and that was your mother's favorite bottle of wine that your father used to always gets for her, basically. So
I do the mercantile stuff to
Sure.
make sure that stuff's ready, but I would also, as a present, I would like to buy Reksha a very, very nice cooking wine, not a drinking wine.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
You can actually get one that is from the same family or from the same winery.
Perfect.
That is a white wine. I will just copy and paste that for you too. This wine is still also the Solvia Grove Sunset white wine.
Wonderful.
And I'm probably mispronouncing that, so I'm sorry if anybody actually knows how to pronounce that stuff. But this is going to be
right
30.
to me, Solvia, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Solvia.
to me.
30 gold per bottle for this one.
Okay. I'll get Reksha a bottle just to see
Okay.
how he likes it. But Reksha, since we're in a wine port, here you go. Some nice cooking wine for you.
You didn't have to do that.
I don't have to do most of the things that I do, but I wanted to.
I'll concede. Thank you. I'm sure I'll find something lovely to make with this.
Wonderful. I'm excited to taste it.
All right. Let's start heading to.
So you all make your way through the city, and you find yourselves getting distracted by all the differences between this city and Port Zoon. Because, like I said, this is a very green and luscious city compared to Port Zoon, and you just find yourself getting distracted almost on every street as you see a new shop that looks interesting, but you keep pushing because you're trying to accomplish something. Maybe on the way back you can spend a little bit more time here and actually explore the city. But
I feel like at
you
some
keep
point
pushing
we're just
through.
thoroughly
Mhm.
lost in a hedge maze in somebody's garden, and Tremayne just fully turns to Beckett and is like, I can't stop. Can you please help? Please, I can't. There's just too much.
Can you navigate us out of this rich person's
Please
garden?
help.
Yeah.
So
Is that a favorite terrain?
I'm using optional stuff, so favorite terrain actually is nothing.
Oh, that's right.
go ahead. Sure, you can go ahead and make me a survival check to lead the group out of the city. As
Take a
everybody
machete,
seems
just cut
to
through.
get distracted on the way out.
Jump for some fences in the neighborhood. Like, oh, this is the most direct line out.
Like you see there's some fruit trees just randomly growing in someone's front yard
Dumka's
or
already
backyard,
over there
and it's just like,
picking
yeah,
them.
it's like
That's not terrible.
distraction.
13.
okay, yeah, that's good. So it takes you all probably a little bit longer. You got there around lunchtime, so you all got a nice lunch, and then just got distracted after that. And
Sounds about
so
right.
you spend a good extra hour or so just like walking through the city, just seeing sights, before Beckett starts to lead you all out towards one of the gates.
We're walking out of the city. Dumka has a shirt that says like "I heart." I heart Phelan. Yeah, and it's instead of a heart, it's like a
plum.
grape. It's like it's like a little plum or a grape or something. Like
So what you're telling me is that Dumka and Sir are the same person when they are tourists.
that's just Dylan.
Yeah, I think that's ink bleeding through. Like, new town, let's go.
So as you all do find your way out of the city, you are immediately greeted with the plum groves, which are a luscious woodland filled with soft grass, swaying tropical trees with white bark and purple flowers, and numerous varieties of delicious celebrated fruit. Nowhere else is there such a condensed collection of sought-after berries and fruit throughout the continent. The people of Phelan have based their identity and lifestyle around this abundance. You actually see there is numerous different pathways through these woods that you see numerous different civilians or people of Phelan just strolling through like a normal day, just having like a little walk through the park type of thing.
Or like walking trails. It sounds like green
Yeah.
timber with like walking trails.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of different walking trails. There's like a main road that goes straight through, but there's as you're continuing down this road, there is numerous different walking trails that you can split off and get lost in this like wonderful woodland like masterpiece. And there is actually Zalezo. There is Zalezo actually patrolling the roads too here, because this is such a cultural like landmark basically of Phelan that it is actually patrolled by the Zalezo of the city. So you will actually have to spend the night in the plum groves overnight,
darn.
which doesn't seem like necessarily a bad thing.
Right? They
My
probably
God.
you
Is
probably
Ellie
can
glamping?
literally like rent. Yeah,
Yeah, are we glamping? Are we getting one of those like geometric
They have
like
camping sites.
you know those like really bushy tents that are like clear?
the ranger seeing people with their like little bougie tents, like, oh wow, oh you're really rough
You
in
want
it.
firewood for 10 silver? I'll chop it for you and bring it up. Like,
So rustic.
But you all continue walking through. This is it's so relaxing that you almost forget that you're on a journey to help a friend
out
with
of
something that
character,
they saw.
how often does
vision.
Reksha stop and like yank fruit into his bag?
Yeah, there's tons of different fruits that you can find here.
Probably-
Berries.
Probably fairly often, but like he's like it's like a really quick yank and go, so like it's probably one of the fastest things you've seen him move for. So it's just like he'll see a nice fruit and it's just in his bag.
And if you try any of the fruit while you're walking, it is very delicious. It's very The flavor is very powerful. Some of it's sweet, some of it's sour, depending on what you're eating. It is just wonderful.
Yeah, who needs rations? I'm just eating blackberries the whole way.
I'm just doing the whole Remy Ratatouille thing where it's like, but put them together, it's a whole new experience.
You have, as you were walking through the city of Fiolin, though, you did hear that there are some plants that are dangerous in the plum groves. It's not all like if you go off certain, if you don't stay to like the trails or the main road, sometimes you can run into some more dangerous plant life. So that you were told to keep an eye out for that kind of thing if you're leaving the road for any reason. So
I'm gonna get eaten by a big flower.
It's kind of
So-
fun, though.
you all continue your trip down the road, enjoying your time, and the sun starts to set. It's not dark yet. You don't need light to see if you don't have dark vision, but it's still part of like that time where the sky is orange, and that is just making this woods even more magical from the light hitting certain aspects of the plants, drawing out some more of the colors. The farther and farther you go, though, the less Zalezo there are also patrolling the roads. The farther you get away from the city, of course, the less guard presence there's going to be. Especially with it getting later, you figure most people are going back, to get food, all that kind of stuff for the night. And as you continue walking, what's everybody's passive perceptions for me?
Terrible.
18, 10,
17.
17,
8.
16, 8. Okay, so everyone except for Dumka and Tremayne, you hear a sickening scream come out from the left side of the road, a little deeper into the woods. It sounded like a feminine scream as you all are walking by, and it's just horror in the voice. What do you all
Like mid reaching out for another fruit. Oh, what was that?
Do we know which direction?
Yeah, it was off to your left. If you're walking down the road, it's off into the woods to your left.
When in doubt, go left. How far?
It couldn't be more than maybe 60 feet away. You can't necessarily see. There's some trees in the way of what made the sound or who made the sound, but...
Brother.
Hmm?
Hey. Stop. There was a scream over there. Can you send Pick over and see what's going on?
There's a scream?
Wait, what?
The scream! That way!
Scream. Yes.
I'm gonna stealth and try and head over there.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
right.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Pick,
What were you
go with him. Go with him.
Yeah,
Reksha, what were you
Rex
gonna
was
say?
like, I frankly don't know how you two didn't hear it.
Probably was just a bird.
The flavor of the berries was very loud and I could not hear.
I was thinking a song in my head.
16.
Pulls out his weapon just in case.
I rolled bad. 16.
16.
Yeah.
Would Beckett be doing anything?
Yeah. Honestly, the second that he heard it, he was probably searching for the source of the sound, like
Okay.
trying to figure out what direction it was.
Or were you
It's
trying
just
to
kind
be
of
stealthy?
instinctively acting. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for me then too.
$11.
I rolled
Okay.
really bad for myself.
Okay. Let me bring something up really quick. So, you all continue your way into the woods of this wonderful wooded area. And you come to see a woman and a child kind of, the woman's on her butt and kind of like trying to crawl away backwards as she's screaming and like dragging the child with, as you see 3 individuals that look very strange to you. They have this crazed look in their eye, and there is a looks like a yellow flower that has taken root onto the back of them and is just growing out of their backs.
Ugh.
And they are currently standing over another person and just like beating them with their fist. That's what you see.
I immediately am going to get into one of their spaces and just try to stunning strike.
Okay. Well, before we do that, since we're going to start combat, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative, and you all will technically have a surprise round. So
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me initiative as you see 3 of these and figures just standing over this individual, just like pounding away at this body. So all right. Initiatives. Beckett.
11.
11.
11.
Zach, also 11. Dumka.
9.
9. Tremayne.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Reksha.
14.
14. Gotcha. Okay. So, did the other individuals follow as Beckett and Zach went off into the forest, or are you still on the road?
I'm not
Yeah.
stealthy. I would have stayed on the road until they
Yeah.
come.
Okay.
I did
So
send
then-
pick, but I stayed.
And Reksha, with you?
I also am not stealthy, so I didn't want to ruin what they were
Okay.
doing. So I would
So
also
technically, you all are all about 60 feet away off into the forest.
Okay.
So, Tremayne, you're up first technically on a surprise round. Did you want to do anything? Or are you still waiting for like a signal to come over and help?
Yeah, so I don't have anything ranged. So I will wait for like a sign from
Okay.
my companions, and if it seems like they are like moving or summoning me, then I will use my action to dash towards them.
Okay.
That's my
Yes,
turn.
that is A-okay for you to do. Reksha, it's your turn.
Probably most of the same, just kind of holding my action to move and dash towards them if they need me, because I saw them go off, but I don't really know what's going on over there yet.
Okay. So you're also holding an action to dash.
Yes.
Okie dokie. It is now Zach's turn, because I'm assuming Zach has a higher dexterity than Beckett.
I have a +4.
Oh, never mind.
Oh no, wait, hold on. +3.
Zach,
I have
what's your
+5.
dex? Okay, so Zach, you're first.
All right.
So you see these.
How far away am I from them?
You're probably maybe 30 feet at this point, as you came around some trees and saw these 3 individuals just pummeling the other one that's on the ground.
Checking something. I haven't done it before. No, I want to get up on them. So yeah, I'll move up to them.
Okay. So now you move up to one, and basically this puts you in melee with 2 of them,
Okay.
unless you just want to be in melee with 1. Like, you can go off to the edge and just be engaged with one of them if you would like.
No, I'll go up to 2 of them.
Okay.
It changes what I'm gonna do, but not by much.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a bonus action, I believe, to do the Phoenix Fist, and my staff lights up in flames.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit each of them one time.
The 2 individuals?
Yep.
Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Okay. First one is a natural 19 plus 8, so 27.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And the second one was a 15 plus 8, which is a 23.
Yep, they both hit.
Okay. So the first guy takes. There's a d8. Plus a d6. I believe. First one takes 13 plus 13 damage.
13 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Second one takes 14 damage.
Say 13 again.
14.
14. Gotcha. All right, and you make a. What does this
And-
look like when you're swinging your fiery staff towards these 2 individuals?
So he's probably gonna do like a spin, and as he's spinning with both ends, smack them both at the same time in their temples.
Okay.
To try and like get their attention, so
Okay.
they're not attacking this person.
Yeah.
And I will do stunning strike on the first one.
On the first one? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's a con save, correct?
Yes. DC.
Unfortunately, that's a natural 19.
Okay,
so-
yeah, it passes. That's it.
Okay. So, Beckett, it is your turn.
So, with Zach rushing in there, he probably was like at first, but wait, okay, because it had already happened. So I'm gonna point my finger back towards everybody. I'm gonna cast message,
Sure.
and I'm gonna tell them there's someone in trouble here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Zach run in
Okay.
just immediately started throwing punches. And then I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark one of them.
Which one would you like the hunter's mark? You've got the one that you got the 2 that Zach hit, or the one that Zach has not hit.
The one that Zach has not hit.
Okay, gotcha. Now, whoever received the message could relay that information to the other 2, so you all can all use your held actions to move up 30 feet, which basically puts you right near Beckett. So
I haven't had a
is-
turn yet, so yeah.
True. Yeah. So then, well, Dumka, you're up next, actually.
Dumka
So-
will be like, hey, did you guys just hear that? Someone's
Yes,
in trouble, we gotta go.
Yeah. So then, Dumka, you take off running 30 feet. You end up by Beckett. And then also Tremayne and Reksha can use their held actions to do that too. But Dumka, you have the rest of your turn.
I have the rest of my turn.
And
but
you
I-
now also see these 3 humanoid people. Just 2 of them look like they have changed their attention to Zach, as Zach is engaged 2 of them, and one of them is still looking at the individual on the ground, but also seems to have noticed that other people have arrived.
Yeah,
So-
he like immediately goes to charge up some lightning and then is like, right, really pretty grove of trees in a forest. So he charges up that electricity and instead is like, you know, I've wanted to know what this is like. I'm going to quicken cast haste on myself.
Okay, so you can cast haste.
So he's gonna get his movement speed doubled, so now I can
Correct.
move the other 30 feet to get up there.
You could engage. You can either engage one of them, which is on the opposite side of where Zach is, or you can engage the one of the people that Zach has engaged that it's already hit, and the one that Beckett is hunter's marked. Up to you.
I would say that I don't know which one Becca's hunter is marked. I'll go to the isolated one, the one that's on the opposite side, and I'll engage with that one.
Gotcha.
So I will. So that'll be my movement. So I will use my action, because I quickened it, so I still have my full action.
Correct.
To draw Casimir with 2 hands and do a booming blade.
Okay.
Against this. So does this look like, besides the flower in the back, this looks like a person?
Yes. There looks like to be one of them is a dwarf, one's a halfling, one's a human. However, once you've gotten up there and like gotten a better look at their faces, their eyes are completely white. It does not look like there's any life left in these individuals.
Okay, because he would have hesitated otherwise. So if it like lurches at him, I'll do booming blade, and see if I hit.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Budge on a nut. 8.
That just misses.
No, I won't use the recount. But actually, I don't even know if we do that anymore. Let's see. My hasted action, though, I can make another weapon attack. So I'll just do I'll be like, so he goes for the one with the spell, and he's like, no wait, and I'll strike again.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll.
11.
That hits.
Hey!
Roll damage.
Okay. It will take 9 magical slashing damage from Casimir as I sort of just hold it against its chest and then pull to drag it along, like I've seen Tremayne do.
Okay. Perfect. And then we are back up to the top of the initiative with Tremayne because of the surprise rounds. So now this is technically the first round of initiative. So Tremayne, you are about 30 feet away. You have 2 of your allies engaging, technically all 3. You could run up and get within melee of them though and make attacks if you would like. However, this would block off. So that means Reksha, in order to get within melee, would have to actually go around and wouldn't be able to get there within 30 feet. So.
Well, Reksha has spells and I don't.
True.
So I think Reksha might be like a little okay if he's like just out of range. No offense. I will go up to one of the people.
Sure.
If there's any that are like, not engaged yet, like, or have not been hit, then I'll go.
It seems like everybody's in. Yeah, it seems like everybody's engaged. You'll go for basically the middle one since Zach and Dumka is on the outside. Yeah.
And I would like to. I'm gonna do my. Okay, so I have to. I'm gonna do it right this time. I'm gonna fight right this time. I'm gonna do my bonus action to do a fainting attack, which gives me advantage on my next attack roll. And I'm gonna make it Great Weapon Master because these people are not wearing plate armor.
No, they have like no clothes, no armor on at all, basically.
Yeah, so I am gonna do a fainting attack and give myself advantage on the first strike.
Wait, these people are naked?
It seems like, yeah, they're pretty much naked.
Okay, can I retcon and say I hit the flower that's growing out of them then, if they're, like, full-on naked?
I don't know the...
Sure. I will say, yeah, you could do that.
Because if the flowers grow, like, is the flower the armor?
It's growing out of their back. So it has, like, these roots going around, like, their torso and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like it's armor. It just seems like it's growing out of them, basically. So
thinking these are like
these are corpses. Are these
I don't think.
Well, then never mind. Don't worry about it then.
It's up to you. I will let you change it since I didn't do a very good job of describing it. If you would like to change your damage to them, you can.
Or do they look like regular?
He said that the eyes were like
they have
milky.
Their eyes are basically pure white. They have no pupils, no nothing anymore.
But are they like?
I would try to aim for.
They have like a mindless like presence to them. So
Yeah, I would try to aim for the flower, but if I can't, if it's on their back, I don't know if you could reach them. So that's up to you.
that's true.
Like if it's not armor and they're just out there naked. Then...
I'll say you could hit them if you could hit their
You're
back
surprised.
if you wanted to. Yeah,
Okay.
I would say if you want to hit the flowers, you can if you want.
Yeah,
if
I
you
want to
like.
hit the flower. I want to
Okay.
hit that. That's
Sure.
the parasite.
Let me just go ahead and change this back really quickly then. So there's actually, if you're Tremayne, if you're going for the actual people, looks like 2 of them are uninjured. So
Okay. Yeah.
the 2
I
in
pick
front of
one- I just pick one to hit. Doesn't matter which.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's not gonna hit. It's not gonna hit. I
What is
rolled a
it?
2 and a 4. On the
What's
die.
the total?
Okay. That-
These are. I hit with an 11.
Yeah, but I Great Weapon Mastered, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, minus 5 is a 7.
Yeah, unfortunately that does miss.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Great Weapon Master.
Yep.
I'm just doing it to see. Okay, so 12. That's a 10
Total?
plus 8
Yeah.
minus 5.
That hits.
Or 13.
It's 13 technically, but yeah, that hits. And just to be clear, you are going for the humanoid, or because that's like really the only thing you could. I don't know if you could get to the flower.
Yeah, I'm just
So are you
hitting
going
the person.
humanoid?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that is 2d6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 21
Oof.
points of
Ow.
slashing damage onto one of them.
Yeah, as you swing your blade across, you leave this large gash, and which you thought was going to be blood coming out is almost like a moldy fungus that starts to come out of the body.
Oh, ew, I do it again, action surge. Ew. That immediately makes me action surge. I'm just like, ugh!
Go ahead and make another
Great
attack
Weapon
roll then.
Master. 8, I don't know, this one's gonna hit. 16 minus 5 is 11.
11. That hits.
Oh, okay. Wait, that's a 1. Oh, I rolled 2 1s. I re-roll because I have Great Weapon Master. Okay, 6 and 5 is 11. Plus another 5 is 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
Can Saren use her reaction to infuse the strike?
Sure, if you would like.
So you get an extra d6 of acid damage.
Oh,
Extra d6 of acid.
plus 2 acid damage.
All right. So that's a total. I'm sorry, that was a total of
18 total damage.
18 total.
2 of which
Okay.
is acid.
So as
Oh,
you
yes, sir.
swing across this, leaving another basically making an X on this torso, you see more of this like fungus start to just spew out from the chest, and it falls over. Actually, it falls over to the ground dead.
Nice. Am I within striking range of another one?
You are. You could
I'm gonna
attack
use
another
my
one if you
last
want.
One on my action surge.
Sure.
That doesn't do anything.
17.
17 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
17 slashing damage.
17
Yeah,
slash.
because I'm doing Great Weapon Master on
Nice.
all of them.
And again, with all these different cuts that you're making, the same with this. The cut leaves and this fungus starts to just pour out of the wound.
I just start
I forgot.
gagging, and I'm
have
like,
to do something.
ew, this is so disgusting. And that's my turn.
So, that was 18 damage, correct? The last damage you did to
17.
the other one. 17.
The one that the fourth attack.
The
was
one that
17.
you killed.
The one that I killed, the second attack was 18 total damage.
18.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. It lays on the ground dead. Reksha, it's your turn unless you wanted to do something else, Tremayne.
Nope, that's it. It's my turn.
All right.
Okay, I'll start probably going around to the side that Zach is fighting on.
Okay.
I will move to 30 feet, and then I will cast Spiritual Weapon at 2nd level.
All right.
So basically, I stop moving, and then what comes off of me is basically like the armor on my body starts floating off like it's made of smoke, carrying like its own version of the weapon. So it looks like a empty suit of armor made out of smoke with a weapon, and it will go to make an attack at this
All right.
Thing.
All right.
Why not? That is a 22, I think.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
So it will take 10 force damage.
Okay.
And then I will on my I'll just toll the dead it just to see what happens as my action.
That's a save of what again?
The DC is 14.
Wisdom.
What save though?
Wisdom? Yeah.
Okay, so it was a 14 on the die, but it's a 12. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. This is going to be 2d12 then.
Ooh, juicy.
Because it took damage.
Love to hear that and see that.
14 necrotic.
14 necrotic. Okay. Oops. Oop, no, I just hit the wrong button. Okay. Again. And it seemed for a second when it hit with the Toll the Dead. What does your Toll the Dead look like, or what does it sound like? Does the creature just hear it, or does like a whole bunch of people hear it?
Basically, when it goes off, you see like in blue fire this giant like anvil hammer come up and just conks them on the back of the head.
As you do that, you see this individual start to look like about to fall over, but then stands back up.
That is everything on my turn, so. For me.
So now, something that you all didn't notice before.
Oh, fun.
But now all the people that are within melee, so everybody except for, no, actually you all have a high enough passive perception to go Reksha and Beckett. So everybody notices this. There are, on two of these individuals, there is another plant on their one on a foot, and then another one on the another body of its foot also. And it's this plant that has a yellow, orange, and red flower. You see the flowers open up, and basically a pollen comes out of each one. The first one it's gonna go after. All right, so this one is on this one's gonna go after Dumka.
Okay.
So basically, what I need you to do, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure, gladly. I'm good at those. Well, apparently Dumka thinks I'm not.
You have the inspiration.
You have your inspiration from doing
recap.
That's worth burning, thanks. Okay, 17.
Okay, so you are fine. You see as this pollen just erupts from the orange flower, and you almost inhale this, but instead you kind of move it away from your mouth and nose, and it disperses. However, the yellow one is also going to do the exact same thing, so I need you to make a dexterity saving throw this time, Dumka.
Okay, I have advantage on that because of haste.
Okay.
One's a 4. And the second one's a 3! See? Physical dice don't do it for me either! 5.
You take a 5 total, okay. So, unfortunately, you were not able to move out of the way of this, like, what you thought was pollen at first, but then instead of it wasn't shooting it at your face. It actually clings to your clothes, and you have this, like, all this different kind of, like, nectar and pollen all over your clothes now. It's almost like sap too. It's like very sticky if you touch it. It's really gross.
I hate this.
Okay, I'm reading this ability real fast. Sorry.
Dumka's like, did this flower just throw up on me?
It puked on you.
The other one is actually, you see the red one open up, and a little stinger comes out of the flower petal, and is actually going to attack you.
Leave me alone! Okay.
I don't think that's gonna hit you though. 12?
No. Okay, that won't hit me. So thankfully, he's just going to be like, ah! Just kind of wave Casimir and like snip it.
And yeah, that's the end of its turn. However, the second one is going to go after Tremayne. So Tremayne, same thing. Orange Blossom, need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh no.
I didn't fail. Like, I didn't crit fail. Let me put it that way. 9.
Fortunately, that is a failure. So as you see Dumka getting like berated by these plants, you don't even really notice that there's one at the feet of you also
I'm dry
on this.
heaving because of how disgusting this is.
Yeah, and you just inhale some of this orange pollen that this orange plant just shoots in your face. You were considered poison currently.
Cool.
While poisoned this way, you are unconscious. At the end of each minute, the poison target can repeat the saving throw. Can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on its success. So Tremayne is basically completely out of this fight.
So, like, I inhale this pollen, I, like, violently throw up, and then I pass out.
Basically. That means you automatically fail the dexterity saving throw.
Are my hit points 0?
You're unconscious. No, you have total hit points. It doesn't reduce you to 0.
Oh no, but
you're
the
just
other
unconscious.
2 flowers.
So that means that the yellow blossom, you fail the save on the dexterity. So you are also covered in this sappy stuff that seems to be eating away. Now that you're paying attention, is starting to eat away at your clothes, Dumka, and also Tremayne's armor.
No, not the new armor! No!
So that means the red blossom is also going to, you see this little stinger pop out and is going to attempt to attack you, Tremayne. And this is going to be at advantage because you are technically prone and unconscious. That's a natural 20.
Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of an unconscious creature.
Okay, so it would have been a natural 20 anyways.
Yeah, it would have crit anyway.
Alright, so you take... Okay, so I'll only roll the 1. You take 2 points of piercing damage as this tendril-like spine shoots around your foot and is actually grappling you. Now,
okay, let me add that
as
to
it's
the
wrapping
list of
around,
conditions.
as it's wrapping around your foot.
So you're telling me,
unconscious.
Yeah, so you're telling me Tremayne ran in here, absolutely murked a dude, and then fell unconscious, got poisoned, fell unconscious, got like acidic sap spit on her.
I got splooged
and is also and is also grappled with like a pincer through her foot.
Yes, basically.
Cool.
Wonderful. Love plants.
You win some, you lose some.
So that is going to be its turn. So Zach, it's now your turn.
Bloody hell! All right, I'm just gonna jab my quarterstaff down into the flower that's attacking Tremayne.
Okay, go ahead, make an attack roll.
All right, I'm gonna just hit twice. Okay, so 17 on the first hit.
That hits.
And 20 on the second.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll me damage first on the first hit before you attack with the second.
Sure. Ooh.
I don't think there's a safe direction I can shoot a lightning bolt.
12.
12 points of damage?
Yeah.
So as you jam down with your staff, you actually just completely shove the staff straight through this plant, and you see that all the different flower petals, they all just kind of slump over and fall. This thing is dead.
So you're no longer grappled.
No, technically you are no longer grappled.
And you said there's one more?
There is one more, but it's on the opposite side fighting Dumka. So you would have to move around.
I will
to
do
it if
so.
you
I will
want.
move. I have 45 feet of movement. I will move
Sure.
over and use my second attack. And that
Because Zach, they suck.
pretty
Zach,
funny.
it sucks. It's icky. It's gross.
I know. That doesn't seem right. 14 damage
14, what was the to hit? Oh wait, the hit was 20
was the
something,
dirty
wasn't it?
20.
Yeah, that definitely, yeah. And again, with this same thing, you do the same motion with your staff, and right through this plant, and it is also dead. So, anything else?
Is there anything else still standing? Are the people still standing?
Yeah. There's 2 of the humanoids still standing, and they still both have those flowers sticking out of their back.
I will use Flurry of Blows to try and attack those flowers to see.
The flowers. Are you going for one specifically, or are you gonna hit them both once?
Maybe one both times.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
That seemed to stop. First one. It's a 12 to hit.
12. That hits.
Oh, okay. Uh, 16 damage.
16 damage. Ouch. Okay.
And the other one is a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Uh, 10 damage.
Alrighty. Yeah, with your 2 strikes onto this flower, you seem to be making contact with them.
That is my turn.
Beckett, it is your turn.
Is the one that I hunter's marked still alive?
It is. It is. Hasn't been touched except for Dumka hitting it.
I am going to take out my sword, two-handed, and I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
First
I
time
will
Beckett with
say.
the sword.
Well, no, you could stand over Tremayne if you want to get into its range. Yeah. Because Tremayne technically was blocking you, but now that she's laying on the ground, yeah, you're fine.
Do it!
So you can get within range.
So my first attack is a 12.
12 hits.
And I have 2 attacks, so I'm just
Sure.
gonna roll the second one already. That one is a 25.
Yeah, they both hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me some damage.
That one's two-handed, so that's a D10. And do I get the +6 for each hit from my hunter's mark? Or just one time?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I
think
believe
you
it's
get
like
it.
Hex.
Yeah, I think you get it on every attack. I don't think it's once a turn.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong about that, but you can use it for both.
Yep. Whenever you hit it with a weapon attack, yeah. That stacks, baby.
Is this the same round that Sarah already used her reaction? Or is it the new round? This is the same round, isn't it?
I think it's
You used it on Tremayne, and Tremayne is at the top of initiative.
Okay.
So yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is the same round.
So that's 32 slashing damage.
Okay, I need to know what the second hit was exactly. The damage for that was.
The second hit exactly was 13.
13?
No, sorry, 15.
15.
Yeah, it was the fourth. It was a d6. So far.
Okay. So you make 2 quick slashes with your sword into this individual, and it falls over dead. Also, crap, that's wrong. However, when you do use when you cut through again, the same thing. These gashes leave, and these like this fungus, like in the place of what blood should be, this fungus just starts to pour out of whatever is corrupting or whatever is.
Ew, does it pour onto my unconscious body?
You had to say something.
Let's roll for it. How about that?
Well, he's
If it's
standing
below a
over
10,
me.
if it's below a 10, we will say yes. If it's above a 10, no.
12.
19. So
Better.
you're good. It does not.
Thank goodness, because I would probably mess up. This is nasty.
You do anything else, Beckett?
No.
Does Saren get to go? I forget how this works.
She goes on my initiative. She goes immediately after me. She is allowed to do anything that she wants to do as far as movement goes.
Mm-hmm.
And she can take only the dodge action unless I use my bonus action to tell her to do something else.
Okay, so she's basically just taking the dodge action, not doing anything. Is that what?
Yeah, she can
Okay.
use the dodge action and her reaction freely. I have
Okay.
to tell her, use my bonus action to tell her to do anything else.
Okay. Well, she will stay put and use the dodge action then.
Okay.
So, Dumka, it is your turn. That one that was standing in front of you is now fallen over dead. There is still one humanoid still standing.
Beckett will flash you a grin.
A swordman. Okay. Thank you. Where's the flower that threw up on me?
It is currently dead with Zach's staff through.
Okay.
Oh, which, by the way, you take 5 acid damage at the start of your turn.
Ah! He's like, hot. Okay. Well, I guess I should take a concentration check then.
Yeah, technically, I guess that's true.
Which I do have advantage on because of Warcaster. Yeah, 5 plus 7 is even enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Dumka will... yeah, I'll move to the, I'll run at the other humanoid.
Yeah, you're within melee with it already.
Oh, I'm already in melee
Yeah.
with it. Okay. He's then in that case he's going to whip around and give it a twisting elbow in the face with electricity. I'm gonna do a shocking grasp.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Cha-cha. 12.
12 hits.
Yay. Elemental affinity means that I'll add my charisma to it.
Mm-hmm.
2d8. So nice. So 13 lightning damage.
13 lightning. And with that, as you go up to touch this individual's shoulder, you release this lightning energy into it, and as you do, it kind of like shocks and like locks up for a second, and then falls over.
Do I immediately say anything else as a threat?
The flowers are still on the backs of these individuals.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then I will.
Tremayne is currently unconscious on the ground. There's also another man that is unconscious on the ground underneath these humanoids that fell down.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem
Okay.
to be moving.
Yeah. Hopefully he's just asleep. I'm going to use my hasted action to try and cut the flowers with Casimir.
Sure.
Two-handed. 17 to hit.
That hits. I will. Are you going for the one that Zach was hitting, or are you trying to go for the other one? Because there's two technically.
I'll go for the one that Zach was hitting.
Okay. So yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. So that will be 10 slashing damage on its own, but I'm also going to pump 2 charges of Casimir into it for 2d4 lightning.
Okay.
And so that will be an additional 5, so 15 in that one strike, 5 of it being lightning.
You see as you hit this plant, this flower with your sword, you see that it actually does move and react to this the strike, and it starts to move a little bit off of the body.
I don't want to be near the flowers though, so I'm going to move towards the woman and child.
Move towards the woman and child? Sure. Yeah, they're about 15 feet away from them.
Yeah, so I'll move over to them and I'll hold my sword out defendingly in front, so I'll stand in front of them to protect them. And he'll look over his shoulder and he'll say, don't worry, you're safe. We've got this.
As you move out of range of the bodies, unexpectedly, you see some of these long, roots that it had attached to the torso of these creatures. One from each of the flower shoots out and tries to swipe at you as you go.
Okay.
One is a 19.
Shield.
Which is a total of, it was natural 19, so...
Oh, natural. Then maybe not shield.
It was a total of 22.
Fudge. Okay, I'll just take it.
And then the other one was a 14.
No to the 14. So the natural 19.
So the 14 misses. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Dice. Ooh. You take 22 points of psychic damage. I rolled very well on the damage.
22
points of psychic, yes.
Ow!
You're still alive, right?
I mean, yeah, but ow! I mean, let me make that save. Yes, okay, 12 on the die, so it's fine. Ow! Okay. Jesus!
So, second one miss. Also, yeah. Go ahead and roll concentration check for me.
Oh no, I did. I had saved.
Oh, you did. Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you say that.
12 on the die, so 19. And I had to beat an 11.
Gotcha.
Dumka very rarely will break concentration.
It is now the flowers' turns. At the start of their turn, you see them as they're still attached to these bodies. You see some of the fungus that is a part of the body that it's attached to kind of just like suck up into the plant, and it like rejuvenates a little bit. However, let's see who it goes after. Okay, so we have Zach, Reksha, Tremayne, and Beckett. So we're gonna go 4. So gonna go. One flower is going after Reksha. The other flower is going after Tremayne. So actually no, the one that's going after Tremayne's gonna do something else. Reksha, you see this plant start to move towards you, and it can't move very far, but it moves enough from that foot close enough to you to where it's on the ground and within 5 feet of you to make an attack against you. That's a 4. That's not going to hit you. The other one, however, is going to. You see, the flowers like this. Flower is like a yellow 4 or 5 point plant that encloses for a second, and then almost exhales a spore of like this nasty looking yellow like pollen stuff. I'm going to need everyone within 30 feet, which is everybody, to make a wisdom saving throw. This is also against for the two humans that
Charm or is it poison?
it is technically considered a charm effect.
Oh, hey, I can still do this. I'm not.
Okay.
2.
7.
Ooh, thank goodness for that advantage.
Yeah, same. 23.
21.
Reksha, what is yours?
You're muted.
You're muted, Reksha.
25.
Okay. So anyone under an 11, which I think is Dumka and Tremayne, the two civilians saved.
Wow.
So that's good.
Isn't that
The
great
two
for
people
them?
that you were protecting. Technically, you are considered charmed by the flower, both Dumka and Tremayne.
Just add another
4 minutes.
condition.
A creature charmed in this way does nothing on its turn except move close as it can to the flower. A charmed creature, a creature charmed by the flower can repeat its saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on its success. So
Your unconscious body just.
I'm just vibing.
but that is the end of
This sucks.
their turns.
Plants are awful in this game.
Tremayne, you can make a save against the charm if you want.
While you're unconscious.
You also take 5 acid damage from at the start of your turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm unconscious, so I can't,
Yeah.
because I'm incapacitated and whatever, I can't, like, move towards
Yeah.
the flower, but I guess I'll just try to save against
Sure.
the charm.
Yep. You have to beat an 11.
I rolled a natural 14 minus
yeah.
2, right?
Yeah.
Is a
Yeah, it's
12.
So technically you're not charmed anymore.
Wow, you
I-
did it.
Still unconscious though.
Yeah, okay, that's
Um,
my turn.
Yeah, in your sleep you're like, huh.
Uh-huh.
And you like sneeze it out.
Cool.
Reksha, it is your turn.
Okay.
So you had this flower just like kind of edge up close to you, try and attack you, and then this other flower just let off a big like cloud of this yellow pollen.
How's everyone looking?
I got like whipped in the back of the head. Kinda
Despite
bad.
being unconscious, I actually, like, I look really good.
And also like the front of my shirt is melting away and it's boring into my chest.
Reksha, this won't take an action or anything, but make a perception check for me.
Okay. 18 plus 6, so 24.
The man that's on the ground is still breathing, but you're not sure how much longer he will be breathing for. So
Sorry, you guys. Priority. So I would just send my my spiritual weapon at this flower in front of me, and I'll go over to the man and cure. Yeah, I'll cure wounds him at first level. He doesn't need a lot of health. He just needs to not die.
Okay.
So he'll get 11 HP back.
11 MP. Okay, and you see him inhale a deep breath again as he is brought back to life.
And I rolled a on my spiritual weapon, 19 to hit.
That hits.
So it will be taking, I believe, another D8 plus 3. 10 more.
Points. At 110. 10 points of damage. Okay. As you hit down with your spiritual weapon on this thing, you smash it into the ground. It still gets up, but looks like it's barely like limping. Like it's the leaves are starting to wilt on it. Looks like it's just hanging on by a thread. So
I flip it off. No, that's my turn.
Alrighty, so now we're down to Zach.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is the flower that I was hitting still up?
Yes, currently it is. It's the one that Reksha just hit.
Alright, I will hit it.
Okay.
Yeah, I smacked that one too. It's a tough flower.
19 to
That
hit.
hits. Yep. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Ooh. 16 damage.
16 damage. And with that, you bring your you're using your staff, right?
Yep.
You bring your staff right down onto this this plant, and it kind of just like disintegrates into the yellow flower as it kind of like blows away in the wind. So you still have one flower left. It's the one that seems to be going for Tremayne.
Oh, damn! Yeah, I'm hitting that one.
Okay.
$12 to hit.
12 hits. These things are very slow and not hard to hit at all.
14 damage.
14 damage. Okay.
And I will flurry of blows again.
Okay. Go ahead and make your 2 more attacks.
That one's not good. One is 10 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, okay, and the other was a 18 to hit.
Yeah, I legitimately don't think you can miss this thing.
Okay.
Like anybody. So unless you roll a 1.
14 on the first one.
14. Okay.
Do it, Zach. The enemy music is playing.
15 for the second one.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And with those couple of strikes with your staff, you lay into this thing. It still seems to be crawling towards Tremayne, though.
8. Oh, and I'm missing. Oh, I would blast it, but I'm not here. Well,
so Beckett, it's your turn. You see Zach just unleash into this flower that seems to be crawling towards your unconscious friend on the ground.
I'm gonna bonus action move my hunter's mark.
Okay.
To that one.
Okay.
I'm going to roll my 2 attacks with my sword. 15 plus 6.
Yeah, that hits.
And 11?
That hits.
Okay.
Your AC is 6, so.
Oh, okay. For the first attack, I'm also gonna have Sarah use her reaction to bolster.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see, 10 plus 5 plus 3, 18 plus another 3, so 21 for the first attack.
How would you like to do this?
He probably sees it going towards Tremayne, especially because he's like right there over her still. And we'll step between her and it and just straight through and through plunge his sword through the creature.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, and with that, you completely like skewer this this plant, and it just falls, like kind of crumbles into pieces.
I like to put my foot on it to like pull my sword out.
But it seems like we are out of initiative at this moment.
does that break my charm?
It does, because the creature is dead.
Hands full of fire is like, where is the...
I immediately go over to Tremayne and pull out the Crow Tom's ointment and apply it.
What'd that do?
As an action, 1 dose of the ointment can be swallowed or applied to the skin. The creature that receives it regains 2d8 plus 2 hit points and ceases to be poisoned and is cured of any disease.
Well, that works. Yeah, so you can roll the HP, Zach. You are cured of your poison. Luckily, too, because if you would have failed your save every minute, you would have been asleep for an hour.
So if my poison is cured, am I no longer unconscious?
If someone shakes you awake, you are no longer unconscious.
Are
Yeah,
we
which
still
I'm assuming
covered
they
in
do.
acidic pollen slime?
Yeah, mine's
Yes.
still burning too.
Okay, so technically that's
15
true.
HP.
Thank you.
50, so you gain 15 HP. Technically, you would have lost 5 at the start of your turn, so
I
you would
had
gain.
I had only lost like 7,
Yeah.
so that would still
Yeah, so you're
heal
fine.
me.
You lose another 5 at the start of your turn, Dumka.
Okay. Let me just see if I also stun myself because I'm technically still hasted. No. But he's basically like, it burns,
I
somebody.
get the water skin and try and.
It's burning my chest, my beautiful chest, my titties.
So
Take off your clothes!
I'll take off my
as
shirt.
you start to you hear another like small like scream as a little girl behind you just starts to scream as you start to take off your clothes.
It's my shirt.
Yeah, but still, it's a little girl.
Oh, fine. Just pour it. It burns.
You start to pour it. How much water are you wanting to use?
Times
How much-
by
how
five
much-
and alcohol.
pour all
How
of
much? How much water does a water skin hold? Actually, that's a good question.
A water
I don't-
skin holds
I have a
4
couple
pints.
water skins,
4 pints of liquid.
and I
4
have
pints?
2 because I have Dumkas.
Okay.
You do have my water skin.
You have to use 5 pints of water to clean off all this like sappy stuff
Per
from
person?
Per person?
per person. So that's
Okay, so
10
I
pints.
use
You can
5
borrow
of them on Dumka and the rest on Tremayne, and I ask if either of the other 2
Yeah,
have
you
any
can
other
borrow mine.
water.
Okay,
Well,
so you use
yeah,
the rest
I
of yours.
have I have 4 pints. So
Oh,
then
okay.
Zach
Yeah.
would still have 2 pints left. Basically, half of 1 water skin left over if he used 1.
Okay.
I think.
Yep.
Or like 1. He has a little bit left.
Dumka's
Yeah,
chest
he's
is all
not
like raw and red, and he's just like,
this sap stuff was just very acidic and was starting to burn through like your clothes that you had. That wasn't like armor. Your armor's fine. It was starting to eat through it, and some of it did get on your skin, which is the thing that was doing damage to you. Luckily, it didn't do much damage to your plate armor. If you would have kept it on there longer, it probably would have.
I think some of
but
it got
Dumka,
into my mouth.
Yeah, and this stuff was very sticky. It was like it's basically just tree sap from like a pine tree. How sticky that stuff is, and
Yep.
it like just doesn't
Doesn't
get off.
come off, yeah.
Yeah, it was basically that, except very acidic. However, as you all are cleaning yourself up, Reksha, as you were tending to the man on the ground, you kind of shake him gently awake, and he looks up and are they gone? They just kind of appeared out of nowhere. And he kind of looks away, notices them on the ground, and he starts to back up too. And he looks around, sees his wife, and gets up, runs over there, and hugs them.
Yeah, get out of his way.
And picks up the little girl, and they all just kind of like embrace for a second. And they turn to you all. Thank you so much for coming and helping.
Maybe you should stick to the main road from now on, yeah?
Yeah. We didn't mean to go too far off, but my daughter saw some apparently dangerous flowers. We heard stories about the jungle or the woods that you shouldn't go off the roads, but we had no idea that they were that dangerous. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Keep it safe.
You all
Stay
get
on
back
main.
to. Can you get back to town?
I believe so.
Okay.
I wish there was some way to repay you all. If you all are ever in, I've got to bring up something really quickly. If you ever find your back in Phaoland again, please. I'm gonna find it. Sorry.
And while you look at that, Reksha, can you mend my shirt? The burn on my chest, I'll deal with it. But can you fix my shirt? I didn't bring other. Zach, did you pack
I
other
brought
shirts?
you extra.
Okay, I have other shirts, but could you fix this one? It's my favorite.
Yes, come here.
God damn.
I come and bring him my shirt,
He'll
and I'm
cure
rubbing my
wounds-
chest.
Yeah. He'll cure wounds you're at first level.
Mhm.
And he'll also start mending up your shirt. You also will get back 11 hit points because I keep rolling 8.
Thank you. Reksha, your healing is always very, very soothing. Thank you. That's a lot better. I think actually, yeah, because I took 10 points of the acid, I think. So technically that'll fix
Are
up
you
my
hurt,
chest.
Beckett?
No, I'm fine.
They will say
Masterclass.
if you make your way through Feoland again, stop by the Solva winery, and maybe I can get you some wine as payment.
Solva Winery.
Wait, that's the one that the
That's
family.
what we have in our bag, yeah?
It
We've
is.
been drinking your wine for over a decade now. It's good stuff.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you like it. It's my family's company, so. But I owe you my life and my family's life, so if you ever stop by, please.
I actually have some people that are probably filling up some crates to go put that on a ship. My name is Dumka. Maybe if we don't loop back around, you can reward them, because it's like rewarding us.
For the Iron Line.
Sure, I can definitely do that. Well, thank you again. Thank you for saving my life.
I say we just escort them back to the main road. I know it's only 60 feet, but like...
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, because I figured you all were going back to the main road too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumka's like, oh my god, Reksha, you fixed the stitching on this.
Yes.
Thank you. Put my shirt
So
back
you
on.
escort this family back to the main road, and I do think that is where we'll end tonight.
Yeah.
With an epic encounter with some plants.
Plants suck.
They really do.
Suck.
Yeah. So thank you for everyone that was watching today. We appreciate it. And is there any announcements before we close for tonight?
Down to Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Mass Effect coming out very soon.
Yeah, don't forget to check out Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games, and definitely stop by on Friday and probably several days after that while Kristy streams. Yeah, new Mass Effect game.
And check out our
Also-
schedule down below, all of our different shows.
Star Wars is back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah. So with that, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, and we will see you all later.
Love you, bye!
Bye.
Bye-bye.